Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. This beard is getting full. This beard's getting white. Look at that. If you just go back to my first videos, beginning of this daily vlog I've been doing, all this gray wasn't here. This is like what? I think what, like 3.5 years almost or something like that. Maybe, where am I at? How long have I been doing this? 4? Is this the 4th year? I think I'm in the 4th year here. Wow. Interesting. I just finished watching Dune 2. I really wanted to see it in the theater, but I just couldn't do it. Had all sorts of, I don't know, just busyness with work get in the way. I was going to see it with my father-in-law, and then I think I can't remember if he caught a cold or, I don't know, can't remember, but he was unable to see it, and then when he could, I couldn't, so it just didn't work out. We did see the first one together in the theater, but now we've both watched it on HBO Max, or whatever it's called now, and I thought it was pretty good. Did like it. Let's see. Although, I think I'm going to have to watch like a recap on it, just because I'm not fully sure I understand everybody's motivations or where they're at in their decision making with the movie. Like their who's good, who's bad, are people being manipulated? I don't know. I'm having a tough time reading motivations, I guess, with it. So it probably just needs a second watch or a YouTube video explaining it to me. Anyway, I think we're going to do a random ranking today. What do you say we go to my movie collection behind me and pick out 3 movies at random, then rank those movies from most favorite to least favorite based on whatever criteria we come up with. I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Let's get to picking those films. Alrighty. Maybe, you know what, back here was pretty fruitful the other day, so maybe we'll do that again. One. Ooh, this one's heavy. My goodness. What do they got in there? King Kong. Is that a Jurassic Park reference? Dr. Ian Malcolm says that. Let's do this. Alright. Awesome. We're just making sure we've seen them all. Oh, come on. I'm gonna get rid of 2 of those and replace them with whatever these 2 are. I haven't seen it yet. Okay. Mayhem. Still gotta see that. I think they came out with a steelbook kind of recently. Ooh, what is this? Yep, we can do that. Oh my, I think I've actually done this one semi-recently, but that's okay. It's okay. Alright. So, first off, we got The Theory of Everything right here. Look at this. I always thought this was kind of cool packaging. Look at that. See it? Sideways image. Yeah, I really like this movie. The year it came out, it was one of my top films. I think it probably, technically still is. I think Eddie Redmayne did some fantastic acting in it. Some of the best ever. And if I remember correctly, it was shot out of a sequence. Like it wasn't done, what's the word? Like chronologically, So he just had to remember as Stephen Hawking was losing more and more mobility, obviously it was a gradual change. So if I remember correctly, this was not shot in order. So he had to kind of keep a mental note of the way in which he was performing different time periods of Stephen Hawking's life, and then sort of match that, and maybe weeks later. So I think that's pretty good, and I get why he won Best Actor, but this is a year that I would have loved for Michael Keaton to win. I don't usually like when biopics win the acting category. Usually, actually, I don't even like it when they win the Best Picture category. I don't know, it's just something I have against biopics and the Oscars, I guess. And I would have preferred Michael Keaton for Birdman to have won. Or in reality, we've had a handful of ties. How many ties have there been? Two. Is that right? Or maybe I think two, or maybe it's just one. I don't know. But anyway, um, ties have happened, and that would have been a situation where a tie, in my eyes, would have been perfect because undeniable, amazing, good, outstanding performance there. But then the same thing could be said with Michael Keaton in Birdman. So it's like I was more rooting for um, Michael Keaton, and I would have loved him to win, but I totally, totally get why Eddie Redmayne won. Next, we have the very worst packaging for this movie ever. And it is Maximum Overdrive. Look at this. Did I actually pay $13 for this movie? What was I thinking? I should have waited for like some of those cool special editions to come out. But look at this. This is awful. This is an awful cover. Where is Gobby? Where is the Green Goblin? Look, we got ourselves a Mighty Duck right here, a Brat Packer. I just reviewed Bratz, that movie about the Brat Pack, documentary about the Brat Pack. And it seemed like he did not like that label, tried to run from it as much as possible. And yeah, so Stephen King actually directed this. He has a cameo in it, and supposedly he was on coke the entire time he was making it. I always liked this movie as a kid, as an adult. I guess I like it also, but to me this was a really fun kids movie. But yeah, I still like it today. Stephen King doesn't like it, but does he like any of his movies? he's just he's not liking many of them. Next we have Mrs. Doubtfire. Dude looks like a lady. Dude who loves movies, right? Who knows that reference? Um, okay, so we have Mrs. Doubtfire here. Robin Williams. Robin Williams was, one of my favorite actors for a great chunk of my childhood. He's in my favorite movie of all time, and he's just like dominating in the 90s. And here he is in Mrs. Doubtfire doing a stellar job. Really love this movie. It's funny, it has heart, emotion, just pure comedy. It is good, good stuff. Pure emotion, pure hangout. Um, Robin Williams, Sally Field, um, one of the Lawrence brothers, Matilda, from and old girl from Independence Day, just I can't think of any of their names right now. But anyway, just dynamite flick right here. So how are we gonna rank these? I think I'm gonna go kind of a nostalgia base here, I guess, because I'm gonna go, and honestly, I think Mrs. Doubtfire would win anyway. Just kind of with these two, it's like, Theory of Everything's probably the better movie, but I got a stronger tie, nostalgia to that one. Watching that one when I was really young over at my neighbor's house. So I'm gonna go Mrs. Doubtfire for number one, then Maximum Overdrive, then The Theory of Everything. But my question to you is, have you seen these films, these three right here? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.